It's time now for our Athlete of the Week here on Mid-Minnesota Sports, and it's presented by Diamond Point in Sauk Center. With us this week is Jailyn Brinkman. She's with the Melrose Gymnastics team, and off to a very good season so far, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. Let's talk about the Brinkman family. Tell us who's in your family, okay?
Well, my parents are Mark and Julie Brinkman, and I have 3 sisters. The oldest is Haley, and then Maddie's younger than me, and so is Cameron. And I have 2 brothers, Justin, who is older, and Josh, who is younger.
All right, very good. How long have you been doing gymnastics now? When did it all start for you?
It's been a long time, since I was maybe 4 years old. I got started in the living room, turned out to here.
All right. So you were one of those ones that we see at halftime at basketball just flipping around?
Yes, I was, and that was my favorite because there was always a huge crowd and so much excitement.
All right. And you're a senior now. Tell us, as you get going in gymnastics here, let's talk about, first of all, the events that you're in. What do you do for the team?
Well, I compete in all 4 events, which is vault, bars, beam, and floor. So.
All right. Let's go a little bit deeper than that then. As you do some of these events, can you describe for us your strengths in those events, and maybe too, I don't know if it's a fair question or not to ask you the weaknesses, or maybe that something that you kind of struggle with. Do you have a favorite event?
I do have a favorite, and it's definitely bars, and I have been trying for years now to break Katie's record, and she wants me to also so badly. So bars really helps our team out a lot because that's one of the hardest events to get big scores in. So all teams struggle, and that's what our coach says will win the state meet is bars. So working on bars has been a good goal for me. But all the events, especially like vault, I do have like a very good vault if I can land it. But the process and everything is really difficult. Mm-hmm. And I think that my team always counts on me on beam and floor to just be that one that will land it, because I have had the same routine for a couple years now. So I've been drilling it and drilling it and drilling it.
So what are some of the things that you do out there? Can you be a little more specific?
Well, on vault, I do something called a Yurchenko double twist, and it's a round off onto a back handspring with a double twist, and that's worth a 10-0, which is the highest starting value you can have. And most of the people only start with the 9-8 or lower, so it gives me an extra advantage there. And then bars, I have quite a unique bar routine. I do a blind on the high bar, which not a lot of people do, into my full twisting dismount, so it's a lot of twists in there. And beam, it's pretty basic. I do the basic stuff. And floor, I have a very unique floor routine. My last pass, it was not in the rule book, and I got it into the rule book once I competed at state 2 years ago. And I also do, like, each one of my passes are a bonus, which is really hard to do in gymnastics. So,
you know, can I ask you this too? As you get older, as you said, you started out in grade school, and now that you're a senior, and through the course of those years, obviously your body changes. You get older and stronger, but then taller. How do you have to adjust to that?
The height factor is very difficult, especially on bars. Fitting in between the bars is really hard, and it made like your giants slower and stuff. And I think certain people, you have to try and figure it out quicker. There's a point in like 7th grade, 8th grade when you're going through all those changes, and it's hard for you to figure out your body and where you are and all your landings. So those years were probably my hardest years of gymnastics.
Because I guess as I see gymnasts out there, you have to keep your size more or less, don't you?
Yes, you do. My coach always tells me, eat your fruits and vegetables.
That's a good tip for everybody. All right. You're a senior now, too, and I'm sure the younger ones look at you, and maybe you had some other people, too, that let's touch on that first of all. Who are some of the influences in your life that you watched, not only coaches but also other girls that you kind of looked up to?
Well, anytime I was younger, especially my first couple of years, like the older girls, they were doing such big skills, and I wanted to do that. And so, like, one example is my sister. She always does back handsprings in the yard when we were younger, and I was maybe 5 years old, and I could not do back handsprings. I don't know why I even wanted to try outside on the grass. And so I tried, and I landed on my head, and I came in crying, and my mom didn't understand what I was thinking, but Haley was always a very big role model of mine. Everything she did, I wanted to do, but I want to try to get one step better, which is hard. But yeah, I looked up to a lot of people, especially our coach too. And any of the gymnasts that have like records up on our record board, I really look up to all of them and like admire how they did so good back then when the equipment was worse.
And again, being a senior, the younger ones, I'm sure, look up to you. Do you kind of feel that on the team, and how do you try to lead some of these girls?
I definitely feel it because we do a lot of team bonding, and so I'm always with them, and I feel like I'm a kid more when I'm with them, and I like that. And like all of them before their events, I know I do this, and another girl on team, Lydia, we give them pep talks, and we really just try and like don't worry about anything, just focus, and it's every event, every person gets one. So.
And you've been at every big meet around, and especially the state meet. What is it like? Can you describe that for us? Let's say, for example, you're standing out there all by yourself. What is going through your head? What are you saying to yourself, and what is that experience like?
I think about the state meet every single day of practice. So it's like the first time you step in that gym, and it's like completely empty, and it's just like the best feeling ever. And you know all the equipment is great, and it's just you want to do your best because this is your final meet, like, and you just want the best for everyone. So every day in practice when I'm going for things, I think I'm a champion, do this for my team, and it brings me back to the state meet, and I just visualize what it's like to compete down there.
You know, I think one thing, too, that people probably don't realize, the injuries that you go through, the girls go through. Can you describe some of those for us?
Oh, we have injuries, that is for sure. A lot of girls have the knee injuries, and they ache every single day. So you feel that pain with you all the time. And I have issues with my elbows because I'm very flexible. I have double joints, like, everywhere. And so I hyperextend my arms all the time. And so it's just kind of something like put a brace on it so maybe it'll help you not hurt it as much. And like any wrong landing, your short landings kill your ankles. And you feel it once, you feel it every turn after that. And you just kind of have to push through it because you can't quit. So.
Well, and too, your hands. Everybody's hands just get ripped up, don't they? How are yours?
Mine aren't too bad, but I have to tape my wrists every single day. Otherwise, I will be bleeding all over. They just rip right off. And you just tape it up, push through the pain, bite your lip. I don't know.
All right, well, go get them. You got to fight through that. Let's mention something about your teammates, too, as you talk about them. Can you name off some of the girls and what they've meant to you?
Yes. So we have our youngest girl on varsity, which is Greta Klopaki, and she's in 7th grade, and she's really stepped it up. She was in our Younger Girls Rising Stars program, and we've all been trying to help her because she's the only one that isn't a returning veteran from state the year we won. Most of us have been there and won it, so we know what it feels like. We try and get all the other girls to see what it feels like because they want to be there too. And so, like, some of them, we have another captain, Trisha Tom, and Tiffany Rademacher. They compete JV most of the time, but they really help out the team as well. And so I think having 3 leaders or captains, both on varsity and JV, really helps everyone. And I know, like, and then there's Lydia Bukowski, and she has really stepped up and stuff, and she leads the team too. So we're all like one.
Well, real good. What about after high school? You're a senior. What's going to happen?
Well, I plan on attending a 4-year college, not 100% positive where. And I'm going to major in kinesiology, and the goal later is to become a chiropractor. So,
is gymnastics in your future?
It's definitely something I keep in my mind. I want to do it really badly, but the injury factor really is included in like my considerations. So yeah, it's kind of been a goal of mine for a long time, but just thinking of reality and if I want to be able to walk when I'm older. So.
Well, it's a good idea. You keep that in mind. Well, let's see. The team is rated number 1. I know that you want to stay there. So the state meet down the road. Are you and the team ready for this?
We are very ready, and we are hungry for a big score. We got a 150 once, and we want to do it again because that is the highest score for single A so far, and there's a lot of teams. Like, this is going to be the best state meet ever. So we want to get it.
All right. Good luck to you, and congratulations up to this point. Go get them, okay? All right. That's Jailyn Brinkman. She is our Athlete of the Week from the Melrose Gymnastics team, and it's presented by Diamond Point in Sauk Center.